Hi students, I am Prashant V. Chandran, Assistant Professor, Automobile Engineering Department, SNIT, Adur. Welcome to my new video. This video is regarding a revision on our topic, on our module 4. Okay. The portions to be covered are locating from planes, locating from circular surfaces, concentric locating, principles of clamping. First one, locating from plane. The basic reference for location can be taken as the flat plane of a machine tool table. A plane surface can be located with 3 points on the surface. A reasonably flat surface can be located by 3 pins of equal height having spherical surfaces at the location points. A rough, uneven or tapered surface should be located by 3 adjustable location pins having spherical ends. A machined surface can be located by pads having flat surface. 3 most common type of locating points are buttons, pins and pads. Buttons are made of steel of round cross section and have either a flat or spherical head. Spherical or crowded heads are used against unmachined surfaces. Rusty buttons are used as base hole locators, while stop buttons are used for side and end stops. Pins are cylindrical in shape, shown in the diagram. Bottoms can be substituted for pins, but pins cannot be substituted for buttons. Round pins have a spherical head and are used on concave and unmachined surfaces. Pads are flat components made from sheets. These are used as base locators when rust buttons do not provide sufficient bearing area. Locating from planes. The pin should be spaced as widely as possible for more accuracy. When using the 3-to-1 principle, the 3 pins can define a plane, but they cannot provide adequate support to the workpiece during machining. With these 3 pins, the movement of the workpiece in vertical direction is prevented. Still, the workpiece is free to move along the horizontal plane against the forces due to longitudinal or cross-feed movement in a machine. Providing 2 locating points in a second plane and another locating point on a third plane would solve this problem. With reference to figure, it can be said that the complete location can be accomplished here. When the workpiece is removed from this position, every time it can be replaced exactly in the same position. But the same piece needs to be properly clamped to retain it in this location during the machining process. Next one is locating from circular surface. Locating from cylinder is the most common and convenient form of location. Here also we can take the flat plane of machine tool table as the basic reference for location. Here we have to locate the base and the axis for circular workpiece. Then it can only rotate about its axis. Conical location is a commonly used method for locating from a circular surface. When locating is done from a hole, cones or conical shaped points are used as locators. When locating on the outside of a circle, the cones are inverted to form cups. The V method is also used to locate a round workpiece, as shown in the diagram. An angle of 90 degree is best suited for the V blocks. V block should be positioned in such a way that the changes in the workpiece diameter will not affect location on the workpiece. Conical locators are used mainly to locate rough, unmachined cylinders in castings and forgings. V locators are also used extensively to locate cylindrical surface from outside. Fixed V blocks are used for approximate location. For precise location, adjustable guided V blocks are used, which are adjusted by a screw or a cam. Next one is concentric locating. The method combines both locating and clamping since the work is usually positioned to a common center. Chuck is a commonly used clamping and locating device where both the chuck and the workpiece rotates. Chuck is also used to clamp and locate idle workpieces to machine tables. In the case of a self-centering chuck, it is easy and quick to locate and clamp round workpieces of various diameters. Okay. Principles of clamping. When the workpiece is properly bilocated, it needs to be clamped so that it is firmly held in position against the forces acting on it. This step of pressing the workpiece against locating surface to hold it there is called clamping, and the tools used for this are called as clamps. There are numerous types of clamps today. The essential requirements of clamps are: the workpiece must be held rigidly while the cutting tools are in operation. Second one, the clamp should be quick acting. The clamp should be quick acting so that the time required for loading and or unloading must be minimum. Third one, the clamp must be able to withstand vibration, chatter and heavy pressure. The clamp must not damage the workpiece. The main principles of clamping are the following. First one is position. Clamping should be positioned to direct the clamping force on a strong support that part of the workpiece. Clamp should not obstruct path of the cutting tool. The clamp should not obstruct the loading and unloading of the workpiece. Strength. The clamping system should have sufficient strength to hold the workpiece firmly against the cutting forces. At the same time, the clamping force should not make damages to the workpiece. Productivity. The clamping time should be minimized by using knobs, knurled screws, Tommy bars, hand wheels and handles. These are shown in the diagram. Okay. A clamp which can be tightened or loosened without using spanners will have more productivity as the setup time is reduced. Next one is operator fatigue. Pneumatic or hydraulic clamping is to be used when the number of clamps to be set up is more. This reduces operator fatigue and setup time. Workpiece variation. The clamping design should be able to accommodate variations in the workpiece dimensions. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. After watching this video, you should be capable for answering these questions. That is, locating from plane surfaces. What are the principles of clamping? Define concentric locating. Define locating from circular surface with the neat sketches. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.